Welcome to the volleyball edition of Eagle All Access here. I'm Sean Hostetter alongside head volleyball coach Kim Berrington in her 18th season here at EMU. Kim, talk a little bit about EMU and why it's so important to you and why it keeps you around here.
Well, I always tell our recruits it's really a people place. You know, I call it the best kept secret in Michigan. A lot of out-of-state kids don't know much about us, and then they come here and they love the campus, and then they get to know some of the professors, you know, coaching staff, some other student athletes, and they love the people.
Well, the 18th season for you this year. Talk a little bit about your expectations for this team and what we can look forward to.
Well, expectations, you know, I'm a little short on right now. I'm not sure what to expect. We graduated 5, and a lot of big personalities, a lot of experience. I know we'll be pretty competitive. I'm just not sure what's going to happen at 2020.
All right, well, you mentioned you lost 5 seniors, including 2 starters, one who was a 3-time All-MAC player. Talk a little bit about replacing them and what you're going to do to try and fill those holes.
Sure. Rachel Iquinella was first-team All-MAC for 3 years, and we set her a lot of balls, and she got a lot of kills for us, and we really relied on her offensively. Kristen Baker was a 4-year starting middle blocker, so defensively we relied on her at the net. In the last 2 years, she really came alive for us offensively. So we've lost most of our offensive production, and then Rachel was a 6 rotation player, primary passer, so we really have some holes to fill. And we're not quite sure who's going to step up. We have a couple transfers that we haven't had in the past, and I just don't know how long they're going to take to figure out our systems and feel comfortable.
Well, you do have a few returning starters coming back. I know you had mentioned there's the setter roles up for grabs and the libero roles up for grabs, and then you've got 2 seniors in Aaron Short and Paige Roback. Talk a little bit about maybe some expectations about your returning starters and what we can look for from them.
Sure. Aaron and Paige have started for 4 years, and Aaron has been a primary passer, and Paige has as well. We need Aaron to be a big blocker, we need Aaron to be a big attacker, and we need Aaron to pass the ball. So we need her to do a lot of things. Paige has become a great blocker over the past year, and we really hope that she adds a defensive element to us as well. She's been a steady outside hitter for us, and now we're asking her to put the ball away and really step up into that OH1 position. As far as setting, you know, we used 2 setters last year and a 6-2 sometimes. Sometimes we ran a 5-1. Both setters right now are doing a really good job, and they're competing either to run a 5-1 or maybe we'll run a 6-2. Sometimes you see what they do in practice, and you're not quite sure what they're going to do once they get into the matches. So once we start these first 3 or 4 weekends, I'll have a better idea of how they respond in competition, how they respond to making coaching changes, and those types of things. But the nice thing is we have 2 setters that are doing a very good job right now.
You have 3 newcomers, as you mentioned, 2 transfers, which isn't typical, at least since I've been here, and you have 1 freshman in Devin Murray. Talk a little bit about Devin Murray coming in as a freshman, and then your expectations of freshmen in general, and then a little bit about the transfers and why you thought to bring them on.
Sure. Since we lost 5, we were a little thin in some positions, and I could have filled those maybe with freshmen, but since we lost so many big personalities, I thought we needed a little bit more splash of some upperclassmen, some leadership, and some experience. So the Jill Briner is a junior setter. She's also a left-handed attacker, so she could add some offense as well. She has 2 years under her belt at Northeastern, where she was an all-conference player. So the experience, leadership is really going to be big for us. Midori Harrison is an outside hitter who transferred from South Florida, from the Cleveland area, so I'm very familiar with her. We're pretty thin in that position. We just had 2, and she gives us a third good arm, and those 3 could really battle for playing time. And the other thing is, you know, if somebody hurts a finger or sprains an ankle, I'm ready to put somebody in there right away. And if we need to just get somebody off the court, coach them up a little bit, we could put a 3rd person in there, get some good swings and do some good things, and really rely on all 3 of those. You know, as far as Devin came in not sure if she could play left, middle, or right, because she's played all 3 of those in high school and club, and I'm very comfortable with having her fill any of those slots. Right now we're having her be a middle or right side for the most part, because we have Dory on the left side, and she's doing a great job. One of the reasons we brought her in was she showed her coachability in one of our camps, and she's really continued with that and really picked things up quickly. So we're excited about Devin.
All right, your schedule, as usual, 4 preseason tournaments. Out of two of them in the Midwest. I know you're probably excited for one of them. You're going to get to see your daughter in action down at Valparaiso. But talk a little bit about your scheduling and why you do the tournaments and all that away from home.
Well, it's an opportunity for us to work on our offensive systems, defensive systems. It's also an opportunity for me to schedule opponents that are going to help make us better or help prepare us for the MAC. And we always try to go to a Big Ten tournament. So going to Michigan State, we're going to see Michigan State's ranked in the top 20 already, and then Duquesne and Cincinnati are both very good programs. You know, going to Valpo, we get to see another Big Ten opponent in Iowa. Valpo's favored to win their conference, and then Army's always a formidable opponent, so that's another strong tournament. Get to go out east to Brown University. We've never been there, but their assistant coach used to be in our program. He was a manager for us years and years ago, and I always told him we'll come out to one of his tournaments, so this is the year for that. And our last tournament is Canisius, which is in Buffalo, not too far away, and they have a program that's done very well within their conference, so we expect that to be a good opening weekend for us.
Something that isn't as usual, all of your non-conference matches that are outside of the tournaments, all at home, all at the Convo, and one of them, a big one, when you bring in the first Pac-12 team that we've ever seen here at the Convo in Oregon State. Talk a little bit about what the excitement is behind that.
Yeah, getting a Pac-12 team to come to the Convo is exciting, and not only that, but legendary coach Terry Liskevich is one of the premier coaches in not only our country but in the world, being a former national team coach. So I'm sure that they'll be formidable, they'll be big, they'll be physical, but obviously they're going to be very well coached. And it's, again, when you can play better opponents, it's only going to make you better, and that's what we're looking forward to, having them in the Convo.
Well, that's September 4th. I know we're excited to come out and watch it. Excited for your 18th year, excited to see what this new squad can do. September 4th here at the Convocation Center, 7 p.m. Oregon State is the opening match for your Eagles. Again, this is Sean Hostetter and Kim Berrington. Thank you very much for coming out and talking with us, giving us a little preview on what we can expect in 2013. We will see you at the Convo. Thank you very much.